Oh, and we get the hazardous. Oh man, we beat Glissa Sunslayer. Let's go! Let's go! Hey, what's up, everybody? Just back playing some more draft. All right, here we go. That's actually a really good pack one pick one. I mean, for one, it's a bomb all on its own, and I mean, it definitely kind of gears you into the Mirrodin red white archetype. So yeah, I mean, we're 100% going to take that. Let's see. So pack 2, we've got, let's see, Justicard's good. Molten Rebuke is some good removal. That's kind of it, actually. And like the I mean, I guess we don't really have to play red white, but I don't know. I think we should probably stick to it if we're going to be in for Mirrodin synergies. So the removal's good. The bear is also really good. I'm going to take the bear. Got some removal. Got a haste creature. Sawblade Scamp's okay. I might take the removal. This is kind of expensive though if we need to hit creatures with it. So might go with this card's kind of been impressing me lately. I mean, in a really aggressive red-white deck, this could be good. I just don't know if I pass up removal for it, though. I'm going to take the removal. We got to stick to bread. Conviction's a good combat trick. Rope's Gift is also good. This card's kind of hit and miss. I mean, it's a 2-mana 3/1, which is always good in an aggressive deck. And this card, in my opinion, is a little slow, but I don't think I'd mind playing it if it came back around. So I think I am going to take the Batter Fist. Demolition could be an okay way to kind of close out some games with just those last few points of damage. Helm is a 3-mana 2/3. You can equip to make your other creatures bigger. Hazardous Blast gets your whole team through. We take Demolition? I mean, if we end up getting some mites, it wouldn't be a bad way to turn 1 might into 3 1/1s. I don't know if that's even playable, though. I don't know. It's kind of hard to choose that. I'm going to go with the... Actually, I'm going to go with the Terramorphic Expanse. I'd like to have the mana fixing, so... Complete Devotion might not be for this deck. Looks like Rabble came back around. Fuseling is also kind of okay. Whenever it enters the battlefield or another creature or artifact is put into the grave, you put an oil counter and it gets bigger as time goes on. So, Fuseling is actually kind of a good turn 1 play. Enforcer could probably be better. It's probably not for this deck. It's kind of between the Fuseling and the Rabble, and I think we can get away with playing the Fuseling in this deck. Although usually the Fuseling is more for like a red-black synergy. So, Enforcer, we probably might not playing in this deck. We probably wouldn't mind playing that, I think, because if we end up playing a lot of like equipment, this will be a 4-mana 4/4 with Vigilance. Don't necessarily care about the oil counters in this deck. Let's take the Enforcer. I think it's a decent enough mid-game play. We got Cackler at 3. I don't know if we want to play multiples of these Vanish into Eternity, so let's go ahead and take the Cackler. Ooh, yeah, the Finisher. I think this is actually our original pack. I think I saw this in like whenever I was taking this. I was actually kind of hoping this would come back around. So I think we take this. I mean, 7-mana 7/5 with Trample's a little bad, but like for 6, it's fine. And if we can get the cost reduction even more, then it'll be even better. Okay, so at this point we need to decide if we're going to be maybe playing different colors other than red and white at some point. Offer Immortality would give us a reason to play black. I don't see us playing any of these other cards. Draw Spits, of course, if we were playing black, but not taking that over Offer Immortality. Skull Bomb, Scamp. I don't think Skull Bomb is impactful enough in this deck. We're gonna go ahead and take another one mana play. Okay, so again, I wasn't excited about playing this, but it did come back around in pack 12 or pack 1 pick 12. I'm gonna go ahead and take that card because this could be okay like late game. Yeah, I'll take the Demolition. Probably not gonna play it though. Okay, we got 2 of these. That's actually kind of good. What do we got here? We have Lightbringer, which this is the deck for Lightbringer. Cackler's more for like the red-black or even like red-green decks. We do have one, but I'm definitely not going to try to play 2 in this deck. Crescendo's good too. I don't know if I want to take it over the rare. I'm going to take the rare for my own collection. Unfortunately. I mean, I might have liked to have either one of those cards, but they might even come back around, so you never know. Encroaching Microsynth. Nahiri Sacrifice. Sizer Glider. The Helm might be okay. Basilica Shepherd's also kind of decent. Although this isn't exactly the deck for that either. Chimney Rebel could be okay. I'm really not sold on this card. A 3-mana 2/3 isn't exactly what you're looking for in draft. I mean, of course it is an equipment, you know, but I'm gonna take the rare again. I think actually I'm gonna see plenty of these as drafts go on because nobody should be playing Encroaching Microsynth. In fact, this might even come back around in this same draft. Let's go ahead and take. Let's go ahead and take the Rabble. Okay, Retrofitter came around. That's going to get picked up at some point for sure. White is not in this pack at all. That means that white, it's going to be kind of hard to contest for. We'll probably take the Hazardous Blast, which, I mean, it really is good for this deck because we're going to want it to be able to swing all of our damage through. We got a Lightbringer come back around. Centurion. Centurion isn't exactly the best for this deck. I think I am... Man, Bladed Onslaught does win games, but Lightbringer, I think, is what we're really looking for in this deck. Like, this is the deck the Lightbringer is made for. And again, that Affinity card might come back around too. So, this card was made for this deck too. So, honestly, we'll probably take this. Reservoir, beginning of your upkeep, put an oil counter on a non-token artifact or creature you control. Make a goblin. But only if an oil counter was removed from a permanent you control. Furnace Strider is a very aggressive top end of the deck. I think this is the combat trick that we're looking for though. You usually don't take combat tricks over like just solid dudes, but in this deck we will because this is the deck for this card. Man, we got a lot of really good choices here. The equipment deck is pretty much wide open. This is for Rakdos Sacrifice. We don't have a lot of sacrifice options in our current deck. We might take Lightbringer. But honestly, Blazing Crescendo could be good too. Yeah, this is a hard one. Let's go and take the dude. I hate passing up Blazing Crescendo, but honestly I could see us getting some more of them. Yeah. I mean, this deck pretty much makes itself. Any like if you're building into red-white for Mirrodin, you're pretty much just looking at the cards that synergize with artifacts and equipment. And I mean, like some of these cards just have that printed on it. It's just, equipment spells cost less to cast, and then they are one that less to activate if you're equipping him with it. So, Enforcer could be another very good, just solid 4-mana creature. Another Lightbringer came back around. Man. This is gonna be sweet. Let's let's take the Lightbringer. I'd like to see some more like 2-mana plays. Sacrifice, I've learned my lesson. You don't play this card. We'll take the Fair Basilica, because again, I'm not even really sold on that 3-mana equipment. We'll take the Retrofitter. If for some reason this late in the game we end up splashing blue. Got Black Skull Bomb. Let's take the Surgical Bay. Reservoir came back around, which Honestly, I'm gonna take that. 1 mana play. Ooh, Awaken the Sleeper came back around. Cool. Sprinter, not really for this deck. Cinder Dancer, not for this deck. Yeah, none of the cards in this pack are for the Boros for Mirrodin strategy. I mean, of course, we could take some of them, you know. The Hazardous Blast, you're never going to want to play more than one of these. If one, even. Sprinter was made for the oil counter decks, so like red-blue, red-black maybe. Cackler, again, cares about oil counters. Cinder Dancer cares about the toxic decks. And then obviously everything else isn't even in our colors. I'm going to take the rare, just for my own collection, and since there's really nothing else like I'd want to be taking out of that. Hexgold Slash is sweet. I mean, Slash is pretty much like a top pick. I mean, at every stage of a draft. So, Conviction could also be okay, but again, this deck cares about the toxic decks. Archfiend of the Dross, kind of hate passing that, but I mean, we could definitely win games by playing this Hexgold Slash, to be honest. And really, our deck is kind of hurting for removal, so we do need to take that. Charge of the Mites, it's very good. Crawling Chorus, not exactly for our deck. Depending on like how many like oil counter synergies we had, we might be able to play this. We don't exactly have a lot of oil, so honestly the Charge of the Mites is the best card in this pack, since we can play a bunch of creatures and then use Charge of the Mites depending on the number of creatures we have to remove things off our opponent's side of the field. Aspirant, do I care about playing multiples of those? I'm not 100% sure if I do. Incisor Glider is not for our deck. Conviction might be able to play, but it's not that great either. I'm gonna go ahead and take the rare, just for my own collection here. Ooh, War Whip? This late in the game? Pack 3, pick 5? Dang. Yeah, War Whip is nuts. And, I mean, we're obviously playing the deck for it. Nothing really too great in this pack for us. Again, not super excited to play multiples of these. We would if we had to, but I think that we'll live with just the one copy probably. Centurion could be okay, but honestly, I'm not impressed with most things in that pack. I'm going to go ahead and take the Malira. We're 100% certain that we're only playing white-red at this point. I mean, that's just what our deck is geared for here. Could take the Fuseling. Again, we want some early plays. Flesh Cutter's good. Yeah, we'll take the Flesh Cutter. It just makes dudes for us for free. And like, we're already in the equipment deck, you know? Cinder Dancer, honestly, I'm kind of glad that we're getting that. I mean, that pack had literally nothing else for us, and the Cinder Dancer, like, it's okay. Like, it's a 1 mana play. We can activate it in the late game to tap down creatures. This is just a bad combat trick in our deck. We don't have any creatures with toxic, so we are going to go ahead and not play that. Conviction, I don't know. I'm not going to be super excited to play this in this deck. We're going to take the Devotion out. We've got better stuff, honestly. Churning Reservoir could be really slow, and honestly, I don't think this is the deck for it. We got past a Lightbringer again this late. Wow. And okay, so we got a Helm anyway. We have a playset of Leona Lightbringer. That's kind of wild. Alright, this deck should be pretty easy to build. We are not playing any blue. We're definitely not going to be playing 17 lands in this deck. In an aggressive deck like this, where, like, I mean, really the top end of our deck is going to be this at 5 mana. And we're going to try and hedge our bets as much as we can to not get more than 5 lands. So we're definitely going to be playing 16 lands in this deck. Reservoir is too slow. Demolition, can't really make that work in this deck. Sawblade Scamp, I think we are going to play this just because a lot of what our deck is non-creature equipment. that like make dudes, yes, but like I think a lot of the cards in our deck are going to be able to trigger this. And really, I mean, this is a 1-mana 1/1 with haste, so on turn 1 it comes down and it is useful. And mid game it's useful too because like as you're playing non-creature spells when it's on the board, yeah, I mean it's just gonna be able to ping your opponent like once a turn. So we're definitely gonna take that. We might not play both of these fuselings, honestly. Really glad that we got the Justicar, to be honest. I think this is gonna go pretty well with a lot of the equipment that we play. So let's see. Cackler, I think we can live without this too. We have so many 3-drops already. Honestly, like most of our deck is 3-drops. We might even have to cut some more. Enforcer, I have really high hopes for. Awaken the Sleeper isn't exactly what we're looking for in this deck, so I'm going to cut that. Although, I mean, active trees and decks can be, or active trees and effects can be good in a good aggressive deck. So this could even make the cut, honestly. But I think what we have, I think -1 Fuseling and then a land. We're gonna see like it's pretty even split. It's what, mostly red? No, it's mostly white. Yeah, so we're gonna cut a mountain. We're gonna have 2 lands that come into play tapped, which is a little risky in an aggressive deck, but I don't know. I think it's fine. I'd rather be playing the fixing here and then late game insurance with this too. I mean, these lands are just very good. I mean, you could get away with playing multiples of these and probably most draft decks that you're playing. This is fine. I mean, I feel like we have kind of a decent curve of stuff. Nothing that's like super expensive that we're going to get stuck in our hands a lot of times, I think. But I don't know. Let's just see how it goes. Yeah, this is pretty good. We're not going to get to be able to play the Sawblade Scamp on turn 1. But I mean, yeah, the rest of the deck is, or the rest of the hand is really good. This dude's name is Duke of Eggslap. How do you even come up with a name like that? Okay, our opponent mold, they're down to 6 cards in hand, and they're on the play. Yeah, they're playing some kind of oil deck, probably. Let's play the Fair Basilica. Okay, so they're probably playing Izzet Oil, which honestly I think is a pretty good deck. Let's go and play the yeah, let's play the Justicar. If we're even able to get like a 2-point swing on this creature, I think that we're going to be in good shape. Okay, audio is fine. Probably should have checked that before I even started the stream, but I mean it all worked out. So. Okay, the Raptor. Raptor's gonna be able to block Justicar pretty well. I think I'm gonna play the Aspirant. It's gonna make our equipments cost less, so we'll be able to play this Dragon Wing Glider here in just a minute. We're gonna have to top deck a mountain though. Oh, cool. So our opponent's playing the Turning Reservoir. Okay, opponent's gonna get in. Okay. They're just gonna go all in on the... Okay, now they're gonna leave 1 oil counter on there. Well, we top deck a mountain. That was really lucky. Let's yeah, let's just play the glider. Gives Justicar a small buff. And yeah, we'll swing all in. I feel like there's some kind of untap effect in blue. I'm trying to remember what it is, because they could untap the Raptor and then block with it. Maybe not, though. We're gonna Serum Snare the Justicar. Okay. But not the token. That makes sense. I mean, that's not getting the 3 points of life back. that's good for the opponent. I mean, that definitely matters. I mean, if this game were to come down to like, you know, one turn, either I attack and win or they attack and win, like that 3 points of life could definitely make a huge impact. Okay. They're gonna Volt Charge the Aspirant. They get to Proliferate. And then what? They're gonna... Okay, they're gonna pump. And pump again. One more time? Yeah, okay. Cool. Opponent's kind of stuck on 3 lands, it looks like. Yeah. Opponent's stuck on 3 lands. Well, they're tapped out, so we're gonna be able to get the Sawblade Scamp in. I decide how I want to do this. Maybe we just do... Yeah, let's do Sawblade Scamp, and then we can play the Lightbringer too. I think that's fine. We're playing all this stuff on our main phase because it doesn't necessarily matter. Our opponent's completely tapped out, so there's really no reason to play most of our things on main phase 1 or main phase 2. Like you know, either war is fine. We're gonna pass it back. I feel like the opponent might have been in a better position if they'd hit that 4th land. I mean, you never know what your opponent's what your opponent gets stuck on, you know? And I really feel for that, because, like, I mean, dude, it sucks to, you know, not draw enough lands or draw like 11 lands in one game in draft, because, like, you could have like the best deck, and it's like if you just don't draw the lands you need, then I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, no deck beats land RNG, you know? Okay, so there's a Serum Snare, so that's gonna put us behind just a little bit. Looks like they're gonna just get in for a little more damage here. They're gonna do it again. Okay, cool. So they get in for 4. This is like 100% the deck for the Raptor, by the way. Any deck where you can like put oil counters on your like Gitaxian Raptor, like, that's strong. I'm gonna go ahead and search for a mountain. This costs what, 5 to equip? Okay. Yeah, let's just go to combat, and yeah, we'll swing all in. We'll play the Justicar and the Enforcer. And the next turn we can, like, equip the Glider to Justicar. I kind of used to think that the Enforcer was meant really just for the like the white-blue decks that play, like, you know, a whole bunch of artifacts. But now that I'm thinking about it, like, I feel like it's probably better suited for the equipment decks, because I mean, a 4-mana 4/4 with Vigilance is like really strong and limited. Equip it with like a bunch of buffs, and it's like you have a solid attacker and a solid blocker. Okay, Resistance United. That's really good. Trying to decide how I want to do this. Probably just equip the Glider to the Enforcer, honestly. I think that's strong enough. I mean, 6/6 with flying and vigilance. What's not to like about that? If we swing all in, can we win? I feel like the answer is no. The opponent's definitely gonna have to block the Enforcer. And then they could lose either one of the Raptors to the Leonin Lightbringer. Yeah, let's just do that. So they could double block the Enforcer. And they remove an oil counter from this, it becomes a 2-3. Remove an oil counter from this, it becomes a 2-3. And then a 3-2 and then a 4-1. So, I mean, they can double block and kill the Enforcer, but then they lose both of the Raptors. And at that point, I mean, it's game over anyway, because they're just going to be so far behind. I mean, it looks like they finally hit their 4th land drop, but yeah, again, I mean, it's just too little too late when you're already like that far behind. And the most that the Raptor can swing in for is a total of 4 damage. I honestly wouldn't mind blocking that with the Enforcer either. Yeah, I bet this is, I bet this deck is playing Unctus's Retrofitter. That's kind of the reason to play the Malcator's Watcher, in my opinion. You play Retrofitter to turn it into a 4/4 Flying and Vigilance as well. Okay. How do we do this? Let's do... We've been kind of, like, awkward mana ourselves. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we've got it. We really could just probably swing and be fine. I don't know. I'm gonna play the Flesh Cutter. We'll go ahead and equip to the Justicar. We'll swing all in. I feel like we've got it, and I mean, yeah, we had it. Good game, opponent. Should probably say actual good game. Cool. Yep, another solid hand. We don't have a turn 1 play, but we do have a solid curve, which is actually kind of surprising that we've had a 2-drop in both of these games, because our deck is really light on 2-drops. Which, best advice I give you is that's not a problem that you want to be having. Limited is often determined by like who has the right number of 2-drops and how good they are. Don't think I'm going to swing with Justicar yet. But I probably should. Let's go and swing with Justicar. Let the opponent decide if they want to block it. Yeah, that's fine. So we gain 2 in that transaction. Opponent doesn't get to proliferate anything, which is what we want. We want to get that rat off the field before they get a poison counter on us. And then second main, we got to get the Lightbringer. So rat comes down on turn 3, hopefully getting a land. Yep. That's good. That's exactly what the opponent wanted. Let's go to combat. We'll swing in. Guess they're going to trade. That's fine. Let's play Enforcer. So the opponent 2-for-1'd us there. The Vorak got a land and then traded with a card of ours. So. Plague Nurse. What does that do in this case? Let's just swing. Opponent's like, they don't have any combat tricks. Maybe they do. Okay, so they're just gonna go ahead and let us have that 2 points of damage. We'll play the Enforcer again. And then next turn, we can cast Charge of the Mites to get 2 artifacts to turn the Enforcers online. Ooh, Glissa. Yeah, that is so strong. Glissa Unlimited is insane. You're never gonna beat it in combat. That's the thing. Let's see. If we double block, there's a possibility that they have the black spell that gives indestructible and death touch. But if we just take it, then we open ourselves up to getting to being corrupted. I just don't know if I want to. Oh, yeah, this is going to be so bad for us if they do have that combat trick. Yeah, they had priority for something, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So kind of needed that land to come into play untapped, but we're here. So we also haven't seen any of our equipment, which is kind of strange. I'm gonna play Lightbringer. And let's just do no attacks. You know, we probably should have. No, it's hard to say. I was gonna say we probably should have double blocked the Plague Nurse to get the off-roll mortality out of their hand, because the second that we try to remove the Glissa Sunslayer, they're gonna be able to give it indestructible, which honestly is game breaking. Okay. Oh man, yeah, that's really good. We gotta top deck a creature of some kind, because that Sunslayer has to go. Yeah, okay, they got it. Nope, no land. Wow. Go ahead and activate this. Okay, I'm gonna play another Enforcer. Let's do no attacks. I wonder if there's a Coco deck that we can play with Glissa Sunslayer, because I'm just now thinking about how that would be really good to be able to Coco into, you know? Like, opponent swings, you slam a Sunslayer and kill basically whatever you want to kill. Guaranteed. So, I don't know. Might have to tinker around with that. I just don't know what that deck would look like. Ooh, incubation sac. That's good. I'm really worried about like that offer mortality they have. At least I feel like they have. They've got to. I mean, yeah. This has already done so much damage. Oh. And they get the skull bomb. Wow. We can get it for some damage here. Killing the Glissa almost doesn't even matter anymore. Yeah, let's just go to combat. We'll swing all in. Yep. Here we go. Unfortunately, we are going to make 2 mites to try and buff our Enforcer here. Let's see what our opponent wants to do. Gonna sack the Skull Bomb. I'm gonna go ahead and give +2/+2 to the Lightbringer. See if we can just... Okay, nice. Okay. That might have been enough to bring us back into the game. Nope, never mind. I'm gonna concede. Oh man, that's... wow. Yeah, you don't beat the green Dominus. The second you see that, the game's over. Yeah, this is sweet. We got our 1-drop, got our 2-drop. We're gonna hope that we draw some more lands, mayhaps. No attacks. We'll block this rat with the Justicar if we're allowed to. The opponent's thinking for just a little while. Okay. Skipped right through combat. Nothing else. Good deal. We got to land. Let's... How do I want to do this? Play Lightbringer. Also play Flesh Cutter, but that doesn't really do a whole lot to the board at the moment. We could just go to combat with the Justicar. Let's do that. See if the opponent wants to block. We play Charge of the Mites and get 2 artifacts to buff up Justicar by +2/+2. Opponent's stuck on 2 lands, which means they have 6 non-land cards in their hand. I'm going to go ahead and play Charge of the Mites. We'll make 2 dudes. Yeah, opponent's got some kind of response for something. Let's see what it is. Could be anything. I mean, blue-black has plenty of combat tricks and removal spells onto... oh, we got in. Okay. That's crazy. What does the opponent have, though? Augury? Okay. Yeah, honestly, I'm not, like, a huge fan of cards like this. I mean... Playing Jace, it gets a little bit better. I mean, obviously, Proliferate effects. Okay, so our opponent's playing BUG Proliferate, is basically what it is. Okay, how do we want to do this now? Longlegs is going to block the Mites. We can play the Flesh Cutter. Give the Justicar +1/+1. And then we'll just get him for 3. Not a lot of options for the opponent with just 1 blue. They could have like the 1-mana instant that gives +1/+3 and Toxic 1, but most people don't play that. Okay, Necrosquito from the opponent. Really needing some double black here. I'm thinking we equip the Flesh Cutter to a Mite. Maybe? Yeah, let's equip the Flesh Cutter to a Mite. Think. I mean, if we put it on the Justicar, it becomes a 4/1, and then when it swings and makes an artifact, it becomes a 5/2. So the opponent would have to block with their Necrosquito. I think that's a position I want to put our opponents in. Although, really, we kind of get the same results by putting it on Might. I don't know. Yeah, let's put it on a Might. We'll go to combat. We'll swing in. So the opponent really might just block the Justicar with the Necrosquito. Like, that's kind of what we were thinking they might do anyway. No? Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. The thing I like about this is that, like, I don't know, every time that we put the Flesh Cutter on Might and swing, if it gets blocked and dies, the Fuseling gets just a little bit bigger. Okay, they're gonna anoint. Yeah, that's good. So they exiled the Justicar. I mean, that's strong. Hazardous Blast. It's gonna be good here at some point, but do we just continue to not contribute to the board? I mean, I guess putting a Might on the board, that does count. Trying to decide if it would have been more effective to put the Lightbringer on the field first. I don't know. This way we get some damage through. Or at least we're gonna see if we can get some damage through. I feel like the opponent's gonna try and get this Necrosquito to be as big as possible. So they probably won't be blocking with it anytime soon. Ooh, Paladin. That's good. Yeah. We don't have any poison counters on us yet. So if the rat, I don't know. The rat dies, like it's not proliferating a lot of important things. I'm glad we're playing the Hazardous Blast. Honestly, this card is really good. It's really unfortunate that we're missing our second source of red. I mean, even in 2 colors, it's totally possible to get mana screwed in this. I mean, in any limited format. So, we have what 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage. We're getting closer. We gotta be able to put a bunch of stuff on the field and be able to swing with all those things after playing Hazardous Blast. I'd love to get a mountain here and then be able to play the Dragon Wing Glider, get in for 4 points of damage, and then a Hazardous Blast on the following turn. Ooh, Kaido. Okay. One target creature can attack or block until your next turn. Draw a card, make a 2/2 with Death Touch. When this creature leaves the battlefield, each opponent loses 2, you gain 2. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you return one of them to its owner's hand. If you do, you can activate loyalty abilities of Kaido twice this turn rather than once.
I can run circles around you.
Okay. Fuseling can't swing. That's fine. 6, 7, 8. Man. Yeah, we'll play the Enforcer. Do no attacks. Scrap Trap. Okay. Yep. That's good. Yeah, Enforcer can't attack. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man, we're so close. If we block, Fuseling gets bigger. How's this thing read? Yeah, okay. We'll do no blocks. Okay, they're able to turn the rat. Play the rat, activate Kaido again, and then they'll make a drone.
But I have friends.
Play another Enforcer. And no attacks. Necrosquito might be able to get in now. I'm just worried that our opponent might top deck some removal here soon. And like, if we try to Hazardous Blast too soon, then we're gonna maybe waste an opportunity to just finish off our opponent in one swing. We're at 28. We're not in any danger of like losing to combat damage anytime soon. But
Run circles around you.
if the opponent gets a bunch of poison on us, then that might not be the case at some point. Okay. Opponent got in with Necrosquito. Opponent's gonna have to decide if they want to return it to their hand. That's a card you really don't want to bounce to your hand. But if they don't activate Kaido again, I think we for sure win. I think they might know that. Finally got the mountain. I mean, not like it really matters at this point. Just gonna read this again to make sure I understood this correctly. Deals 1 point of damage to each creature your opponents control. Creatures your opponents control can't block this turn. And then we get in for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14 points of damage. Opponent has 1 island untapped. We're just gonna go for it. I mean, you kind of have to. Is that it? Is that it? Good game, opponent. Wow. Good game. Didn't even need the other mountain. Okay, it's gonna be a little slow, but we have a lot of good stuff in our hand. Basically, we're missing the 2-drop, which, honestly, I'm surprised in the last 3 games we had a 2-drop. So, can't expect a 2-drop in every game with this deck. Usually I'm going to get a couple points of damage in, probably. And then in the late game, it's going to get bigger. So, we're going to have to draw some lands, though. If we don't draw the lands, then we're going to be dead in the water. Okay, Voidwing Hybrid. Gamp. Let's get in. Opponent's probably going to block. Hybrid, you don't really mind losing in the early game, but some Dimir decks like to get the 1 point of damage or the 2 points of damage in early, so if they can get that that poison counter on too. Although opponent's probably thinking, what combat tricks do they have with 1 white mana? The truth is, we could have the flash enchantment, but I mean, it'd only give +1/+1 to a creature, and it wouldn't really be enough to actually like keep our creatures alive. So I don't know. I'm guessing the opponent just wanted to get that poison counter on us so that they can start proliferating. Okay, Throwing Bird. It's gonna be really good. We are gonna go ahead and keep on swinging. Okay, we have our opponent at 16. Flesh Cutter comes down. Soulblade Scamp gets an oil counter. Okay, this is worst case scenario. We needed a 3rd land minimum. We did not get a 3rd land, and so now we're gonna be falling behind really fast. Yeah, Rot Priest. That card's ridiculous. A creature you control toxic deals combat damage to a player. Player gets an additional poison counter. And then it can give creatures with toxic death touch. Like, yeah, that card's absolutely nuts. Let's go and play Lightbringer. I mean, we're pretty much dead here soon. It's gonna do no attacks. Scamp can be activated at as if it were an instant. Gonna say at instant speed or at interrupt for all the veteran players watching. The opponent's got 5 lands, a dream, and trying to figure out if they can proliferate us all the way up to 10 poison counters this turn. They're having to sacrifice a creature. Do we want to lose the Soulblade Scamp? I feel like the answer to that is no. So I'm going to go ahead and sack the Fuseling. Okay. Yeah, opponent's just gonna go all in here. What is that? 3, 4, 5, 6? We just immediately lose. Yeah, we gotta block the Rot Priest. Yeah. And we'll go and just activate the Scamp. Yeah, I feel like this... First of all, this wasn't our game because we didn't get the 3rd land on turn 3, but also we're staring at the world's most ridiculous Sultai toxic deck that I've ever seen. Yeah, I mean, look at this. It's turn 5. The opponent's got us at 7 poison counters. Bunch of creatures up in the air. So next turn, opponent gets in with Hybrid, deals 1 poison counter. Second one from the Rot Priest, and the Throwing Bird proliferates. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and concede this one. Okay, this is a little better. Let's go ahead and keep this one. We're up against an opponent named Designated Hitter. Let's see how hard they hit. Let's also see if they're going to mulligan. Okay, no mulls. That's good. We'll play a Saw Blade Scamp, get in for 1. The opponent's playing green something. We don't have turn 2. It's only to be expected in this deck. I've been really surprised by how few equipment that we've run into playing these games. I mean, I feel like a lot of our deck is equipment. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just misremembering the cards we drafted, but like, I expected to be seeing a bunch of equipment these games, and I feel like maybe 1 or 2 games we've seen. It's been that way. So we played Enforcers. Although, I don't know how good the Enforcers are going to be right now, because we don't have any artifacts on the field. I think I'm going to go ahead and just play the Chimney Rabble. We'll just keep on getting in for some damage here. Wow, opponent chose not to block. Okay. Chimney Rebel's probably better for like the Rakdos Sacrifice decks that care about like just getting a free body on the board. But I don't know. I mean, we're playing the 4-mana sorcery that gets all of our dudes through. So I mean, that extra point of damage could matter. Plus, I mean, a 1/1 can jump, you know, and the Rebel has haste itself, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. Good card. Depends on like how aggressive your deck is, I think, or like what your deck wants to do with having a free 1/1. Opponent's got 4 lands. You can play Basilisk. It's 1/3 with Death Touch and Toxic 1. Reunited. Don't have any equipped creatures right now. Let's just go in for some damage here. And then I'd like to play the Enforcer on turn 2. I feel like the opponent's gonna block with that 1/3. They didn't block with the Vorak last turn, so maybe they won't block with it again this turn. I'm not sure what they are trying to do with that 3/3 body though. Yep. We could trade with the Vorak if I cared enough about holding onto the Lightbringer. Do we want to? I guess the Enforcer is not like all that great here, and I'd rather keep on swinging with some 3/3s. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Get a counter on our Scamps, so it'll be able to do a point of damage too. Opponent only has 1 green available, but they're holding on to priority for something. So that means they have the Tyvar stand, which is going to give it hexproof and indestructible. Yep. That's fine. So we basically traded combat tricks, and we got to keep our 3/2 alive. Let's go ahead and pass it back. We got in for 3 points of damage. That's what really matters here, I think. Plus, I'm kind of glad that the Tyvar stand didn't get to protect the Basilisk, because, I mean, I don't know, a 3-mana green creature that can trade with pretty much every other creature in the format, that's good. A 3-mana creature that can trade with every creature in the format twice in 1 game with Tyvar stand, that's really strong. Opponent's playing Koth. That could do a lot of damage here. Let's see what they want to do. Take out one of our 1/1s. They're going to go for a mountain in this case. Then that's fine. We're going to go ahead and activate the Scamp. I don't think the opponent has another Tyvar stand. That War Whip is pretty good here. Is this an artifact? No, it's not an artifact. Equipped creature has double strike. Costs 5 to equip though. 3-mana 2/2 with double strike is good. Plus, we're going to be able to get a point of damage in with Saw Blade Scamp. So, let's go to combat and can we swing all in? I'm just going to block the 1/1, I guess. I don't think... Probably not good enough to swing at Koth. For the damage that we could get through, I mean, we might as well be trying to get our opponent dead. I'm just trying to hold on to this Basilisk for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, let's go ahead and pass it back. We effectively have our opponent at 3, so Koth is going to have to take down to remove a creature. And I'm guessing it's going to be the 2/2 with double strike. Brutalizer. Nice. Okay, they do have the 2 to pay into it. So they're going to be able to proliferate Koth. They chose not to? Even though Koth ults on 7? That's crazy. They could have done the exact same thing. I don't know. I don't know what I would have done. But I feel like ulting Koth was the right move here, since like they could just play that mountain after getting the emblem, and then just removing the rabble as well. They didn't even play the mountain first. Like they didn't even kill the rabble. I don't know. Yikes. Yeah, I mean that was just like 2 misplays right there. Unfortunately, the opponent still might win. I think. I mean, it depends on how the rest of like all this combat goes here. We got a Fuseling. We swing all in. Opponent loses either Basilisk or Brutalizer, and then they kill one of our 1/1s, and we get in for 1 point of damage. It's not enough. But I think that we do swing with the token. The opponent is going to be able to... I don't know. It's not going to matter. The opponent's going to block whether we swing at the Koth or at the face. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I wanted to get that Death Touch creature off the battlefield anyway. Let's go ahead and play an Enforcer. Giving the Enforcer double strike could be okay too. But it's not going to be like backbreaking until we have 2 artifacts on the field. It'd be sweet to top deck the 1-mana red instant that we have that deals 4 damage to a toxic creature. I've drafted like a million of those. I don't know why I can't remember the name of it right now. Okay, opponent gets a 6-mana 6/6 with trample. Gonna get a mountain. Charge of the Mites. That could do some work. Charge of the Mites plus equipping the War Whip. We can deal 4 points of damage to something if we want. Oh, we're so close. We're gonna do no attacks. End of turn, we're gonna play Charge of the Mites to make 2 1/1s, and then we're gonna activate the Scamp to deal a point of damage. We're gonna hope that's enough. I mean, I'm really surprised the opponent didn't remove something with Koth last turn. I feel like they're gonna do that this turn. Probably gonna try and remove the Scamp. I've been really surprised with Sawblade Scamp. I mean, this card really does kind of a lot of damage for 1 mana. Okay, Troll gains the opponent 3 life. That's really strong. They're gonna search the library for a mountain. Okay. We could use the Charge of the Mites to remove something, of course. I just don't know if it's better to remove a creature or get 2 dudes on the field. I think it's gonna be 2 dudes. Yeah, we'll create 2 Mites. Get an oil counter. Activate the Scamp. Koth is at 7. How do we do this? Opponent can block 3 things, and they'll take a total of 3 points of damage. Putting them at 2. We'd be left with 3 1/1 tokens, and they would have all of their creatures still. Can't activate the War Whip, because War Whip costs 5. We can play the Helm, or we can just play another Enforcer. If the opponent ults Koth, then they remove our creatures just by playing Mountains, which they have 2 in their hand. Yeah, this is rough. We can play the Helm, activate the Scamp. Yeah, it's just not really enough. Man, that Troll 100% just saved them. Oh man, what do we do here? And if we play this, the Enforcer, then we just see what we top deck next turn. I think we... play the Helm. Play the Helm. It'll make a dude. We can activate the Scamp and hope for the best next turn, I think. Plus Fuseling gets a little bit bigger. Could matter. Okay. Koth's gonna ult. Yeah. Okay. So the opponent finally ulted Koth. They're gonna play Mountain. They're gonna deal 4 points of damage to the Enforcer. Yeah. Nothing we're gonna do on top of that. Usually gets a little bit bigger. Okay. Predation Steward comes down. Can make something bigger at some point in the game. We're in the same position as last turn, where like we can only get in for 2 points of damage, get our opponent down to 2. We can keep on playing dudes and try to like just beat the mountains that are like dealing 4 points of damage to something. But yeah, ultimately, we're kind of just waiting for an opportunity to swing everything in. We do have a card that does that, that'll just get our whole team through, but I think we're just going to have to wait that out, because opponent's going to block the Scamp, Fuseling, the 2/3, and one of the 1/1s, and we get it for 2. So, yeah, we'll just do no attacks. Of course, opponent has to swing too at some point. Like, they can't just continue to not swing, because ultimately, they're going to run out of mountains to deal 4 points of damage to things. And this Fuseling is going to get big enough. We're going to be able to give Double Strike to the Fuseling too, which really ultimately could end like the entire game. So let's see. I think we gotta play another Enforcer. Opponent got another blocker, so that could matter at some point. Aspirant could be good for just equipping a bunch of things to it. Like, we can make it a 2/4 with Menace and then give it double strike and Menace. Of course, it just has Menace. Oh my god. What a blowout. We were relying so heavily on giving double strike to this Fuseling. So that's one out that we don't have anymore. Sinew Dancer is good. I'm glad we top decked that. So we get to play that, and we get to play the Aspirant now. So on one of these turns, we can activate the Sinew Dancer to tap down the biggest thing that our opponent has, and then maybe swing all in. It really depends on kind of what we draw into, what the opponent draws into. I'm hoping they just have 2 of their lands in their hand, but that's highly unlikely. I mean, that'd be 12 of their lands in the first 23 cards. Realistically, they've already seen too many lands just with what's shown on the battlefield. Ooh, Hazardous Blast? Game over? This the perfect card off the top. Good game. Wow, dude, Hazardous Blast. I'm never gonna doubt that card again. We go first. We have 2 lands. We're gonna need another land to be able to play the Lightbringer, Charge of the Mites and stuff. I mean, we have stuff. I just don't know how. I mean, I don't know. It depends on how slow the opponent's hand is. I'm gonna keep it. We're gonna start with Terramorphic Expanse. We'll have access to both of our colors. It's risky, but I mean, we could obviously draw into another land in the next 2 draws. Let's see. We need a Plains, so we'll take that. Okay, got Dragonwing Glider. Let's see if we get punished this game. Opponent played their own Terramorphic Expanse. Let's see what they got. Sweet. Okay, we got our 3rd land. That's perfect. That is basically all we needed. I mean, obviously we're gonna need 5 mana for the Dragonwing Glider at some point, but I think we can go ahead and play the Lightbringer for now, and then we'll pass it back to the opponent and see what they want to do. Edifice is good. Yeah, Edifice absolutely kills the token with Batter Fist on it. How do I want to do this? We could play Hex Gold Slash and then Sinew Dancer. This equips for 1, so we could equip the Lightbringer with it. Yeah, let's just do that. The neg 1 gets mitigated by Lightbringer's ability. We'll go ahead and Hex Gold Slash the Edifice, and then we'll play Sinew Dancer. And then if we top deck another land at some point, then we can tap down the blockers that the opponent tries to put in front of the Lightbringer. We also have Charge of the Mites to deal 2 points of damage to something if we want. Harmonics, okay. Yeah, of course doesn't get a card. I've never seen this actually hit a rat off the top, I don't think. Even in like our own videos. Do we just tap down Harmonics? I think we do. We're kind of just hoping to get our opponent within lethal range of Dragonwing Glider. So if we get another land at any point here, Dragonwing Glider probably wins us the game. Okay, opponent plays Lattice Blade Mantis and Restifying Cultivator. Okay, that's great. So this is kind of an example of why Vanish into Eternity isn't really the best card in this format. Like, well, in a lot of limited formats, creatures are primarily what's winning games, and so most decks are going to prioritize playing a bunch of creatures. So Vanish into Eternity is great if you need to remove like a vehicle or something, but no, ultimately, I mean, Vanish into Eternity is going to cost 6 most of the time. Let's just go to our opponent's turn, and we'll see what they want to do here. Probably we'll tap down a creature with Sinew Dancer, and then hope that we just get another land for the glider. Okay, that's Hive Master. Okay. We can do 2 points damage or something, or we could just make some dudes. Kind of leaning toward make some dudes. Yeah, let's just make some creatures here. Chimney Rabble. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's just play the Chimney Rabble. And then we swing the Lightbringer. Opponent blocks the Hive Master. Swinging with Chimney Rabble. The opponent blocks with one of the other creatures. So we get to trade 2 creatures here. That could open us up to being able to swing at some 1/1s at some point. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's the same either way. Doesn't really matter how the opponent chooses to block, like which creature to which. Okay, opponent gets a might they can't block. That's gonna get blocked by our own 1 mana Phyrexian Goblin token. Troll coming in clutch like 2 games in a row. Maybe I underestimated Troll. I just felt like a 5 mana 3/4 isn't exactly the best. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do what we said we were gonna do and block token to token. How does it draw a card? You control a permanent with an oil counter on it? Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we'll just play. Hold on. How do we do this? Yeah, we're not really in a good position to swing in this turn, so we'll go ahead and just play the Helm, and then we'll equip the Batter Fist to that token as well. So we have a 3/2. Cool. No attacks. Yeah, no attacks. Okay. I'm gonna put an oil counter on the Cultivator again. Another Glissa. Okay. Haven't seen that card in like all of my videos. And then in one video, I think we got to play against 2 Glissas. That might actually be enough to win this game, to be honest. Yeah, we'll do no blocks. Also, really unfortunate that we just had such a hard time finding that 5th land. What are the odds that we stay alive this game? It's like we play the glider, for sure. We for sure play the glider. Then we block the Mantis with our Cinder Dancer. And then we take 7. Might do it. Let's see how it goes. Do we even swing with our mites? Because, I mean, they're not going to block anyway. Yeah, swing with the mites. Let's just get as much damage in as possible. So I'm pretty sure Glissa can only have its controller draw a card and lose a life. So we don't even necessarily have to block the Sunslayer. Opponent's going to dig for removal as much as they can. All they have to do is remove the Cinder Dancer. Is that a land? Just a land? Either way, it's a good game. Like, this is the turn. If they have another Oil Gorger Troll, that's going to be enough to do it. Any removal, I think, is going to win this game. Oh, did they not get it? Vraska's Fall? Yeah, we sack a might. 100% sack a might. Man, we just opened ourselves up. That was really dangerous and reckless. Opponent's gonna swing. They're just gonna try and get the win if they can, but we're not gonna just give it to him. Yep. Good game, opponent. Oh, and we get the Hazardous. Oh man, we beat Glissa Sunslayer. Let's go! Let's go! I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, not doing anything until turn 4 is a death sentence too, especially if we're up against a toxic deck. I'm gonna go ahead and mull this. I mean, we just put ourselves in the exact same position there. I mean, we're gonna keep it because we can't just keep on doing this to ourselves. But yeah, I mean, we tried. You know, I mean, the game's not over. That top taking that mountain, super clutch. But that was really unfortunate that we got rid of that first hand just because, you know, it's like 3 planes only, second hand 2 planes only, you know. But kept a risky hand and thankfully it worked out for us, so gotta be grateful for that. Okay. Opponent plays Basilisk. We would happily trade either of these against that Basilisk. We will happily do that, yeah. Okay. Second main, we get to play the Enforcer. We top deck another equipment, then the Enforcer becomes a 4/4. That was good. I'm gonna go ahead and play a land, play a Lightbringer, and we're just gonna go to combat and swing. Let's see what the opponent wants to do here. I'm gonna go ahead and Resistance Reunited the Enforcer, and it's gonna give all equipped creatures I control indestructible, so that's why we don't do it on the token, because giving the buff to the token wouldn't have really mattered. Okay, so opponent is playing 2 colors, they're not just playing mono green. We got the aggressive start. Oh, good game, opponent. Good game. That was too fast. Too fast. Alright. Game 8, I think. So I think we're 5 wins, 2 losses. Yeah. Really risky hand. Opponent goes first. I mean, this could be really punishing if the opponent's playing really fast, toxic. We got our 3rd land again. Getting very fortunate with those. I'm happy to get 3 lands. Like, that's like I'm not going to complain about having 3 lands and no more, but obviously we do want to get the 4th land for the Enforcer. Obviously this was not the ideal hand, playing nothing on turn 1 or 2. I mean, saying nothing, but we're not like building a board presence really by playing the Infested Flesh Cutter. It's going to be great later, of course, but yeah, I think on turn 3 we're gonna play the Aspirant, and the Flesh Cutter will cost 2 to equip. We got a Fuseling too, that's good. So giving this thing 2-0 with that having Menace is gonna make it kind of awkward to block. We're definitely not gonna block the Hive Master, unfortunately. I hate taking that first poison hit, as you all know. Yep, no blocks. Okay, I have Malcator. Comes in, they scry 2. Yeah, when it's taking a little while, think about that scry. Got a Battered Fist, that's good. Let's see. We do both, really. I mean, let's go ahead and just do both. We'll do that, and then we will... Yeah, we'll equip the we'll play the Battered Fist too. I'd love to block that Hive Master with the Battered Fist token. I love that Battered Fist equips to Aspirant for free. Probably should have just done that. Opponent's playing black, so they could be playing Whisper of the Dross, which really exposes our 3-1. Trying to think if there's any like real detriment to making our Aspirant a 2 toughness creature. Yeah, Whisper of the Dross. Yeah, that was a misplay on my end. That's my bad. We might lose just because of that. I mean, yep, should have known better. I've gotten blown out by Whisper of the Dross plenty of times. Okay, Gold Warden's Ham. Gold Warden's Helm. Yeah, I think we just equip the Batter Fist for free. There's not any real danger here, I think, to doing that. I don't want to do this. Being stuck on the 3 mana is pretty detrimental here. Game's not even over yet. I mean, let's yeah, I am gonna go ahead and do both of these. If we lose our might to this experiment, which I don't think is gonna happen, but if, then our Fuseling is gonna be a 1 mana 2/1 with Trample, which is decent value. So getting for some more damage here. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that we're finally playing the Bladegraft Aspirant. I've always thought that card could do some real work, and I mean, some of the games we've played tonight just have really shown that, just shown the power level of like what Aspirant could be. Opponent's gonna take it. All right, cool. So yeah, this is good. We're good just like that. We're gonna see what our opponent wants to do here. We're at 3 poison counters, so we are corrupted if the opponent has any kind of like corrupted synergies here. Got a lot of bodies on the field. I'd love to top deck the, well, a land first of all, but I'd also love to get the Formula Sorcery that makes makes it where their team can't block. Trying to figure out how much damage this Eye of Malcator is really going to do to us. We are at 10, so we need to care about that. Looks like our opponent's stuck at 4 lands too, which obviously isn't as harming as being stuck at 3, but it does mean that our opponent could have kind of an awkward hand here where they can only play like 1 thing in turn because they don't have enough mana. I'd love to get our opponent corrupted so that our Cinder Dancer can start tapping things down for 1 mana. Really strong. Yeah, let's go block the Hive Master. We only have so much life to deal with here. Fuseling gets a little bit bigger. They get a 1/1 might. Pretty good. Skull Dwellers, a toxic 1/1 with Death Touch. That resistance reunited. Super helpful right now. We can only play 1 spell this turn though, so I think we just go to combat and swing all in. We can get Fuseling the 2/2 and then make the Aspirant indestructible. Because I feel like the opponent's going to try and double block the Aspirant here. They might also be thinking that they're going to win on the backswing. But if they don't do any blocks, then we just win. So. Alright, opponent. How do we do it? Aspirant has Menace. You have to block with 2 creatures. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be sweet. The Reunited for sure comes down this turn. Okay. So it doesn't matter what order we do that in. We are going to Reunited the Fuseling. Okay. So we're gonna kill both those creatures. Get our opponent down to 4. They are now corrupted, so Cinder Dancer gets a little bit better if we need that. But I don't know. I think we're in a much better position at the moment, although we've definitely opened ourselves up if the opponent has another artifact. Artifact comes down, Eye of Malcator becomes a 4/4. Yep, that's an artifact. Blade of Shared Souls. Yep. GG. Really needed another plains, unfortunately, because even just 1 plains, I think, would have done it, because we could play Cinder Dancer to block with. That's alright though. We went 5-3, which is a really good record. The draft pays for itself at that record, so Yeah, very satisfied with that deck. I think Boros is a pretty strong deck in this limited format. I mean, it's usually kind of good and limited, but in this deck, or this this set specifically, it's really strong because you can, like, all of your equipments come into play with a dude. So they make a dude immediately, and then like later in the game, you can like make your other creatures big enough. Of course, you do need some support, like the aspirant, the lightbringers and stuff. Cinder dancers help, but obviously, like you saw in this video, it's usually going to need the 4 mana to tap down creatures, which can be kind of slow. Yeah, no, I mean, I'd absolutely be interested in playing some more Boros at some point. I think this archetype's really strong. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to link another video up above. Definitely go check that out. And I will see you guys tomorrow.